Good afternoon and welcome to the Adrian Dominican Sisters story. I'm Sister Nancy Jarecki, and over the last several months I've had the privilege of living in the Philippines and meeting our sisters who are in the Philippines. And this morning I have an opportunity to introduce you to one of our sisters, and I'll let her introduce herself and tell her story. Sister Isa?
Yes, I'm Sister Meliza Arquillano, OP. I was born and raised in Cavite City, and Cavite City is actually located in the province of Cavite. And my parents' names were Yonila and Herman. I lost my father at the age of 9 and my mother at 7. I'm the youngest and only girl among my 3 siblings. Yeah. Suddenly, I've lost my 2 older brothers, but I'm grateful to still have my older brother with me.
Who raised you?
My mother. We were actually born out of wedlock. So it's just my mother who raised us up. And my 2 older brother actually lived with my father before. Yeah. And then I completed my elementary education at Portobago Elementary School and my high school education at Cavite National High School. And I earned my college here in Pampanga I was a temporary professor during that time.
I want to explore a little bit about the sister, but tell me a little about your childhood. Do you have any fun memories growing up?
Well, actually, my childhood memory is very challenging. Yeah, I never had the chance to live with my father because, like what I said, we were born out of wedlock, so I was raised by my mother. I had experience playing, but I don't have much memory with my older brothers because they live with my father. Yeah. So at 5th grade, I learned how to do all my laundry. Yeah, because my mother lived with her partner. So I was left alone in our house. So I am forced to learn things on my own. Something like that.
And that's why you're such a good cook right now, I think.
I hope so. Yeah.
Now tell me, where did you meet the sisters?
I met the sisters at in Taiwan. Sister Vicky and our former sister Maribeth. Yeah, and a common friend actually helped us to introduce because my friend knows that I wanted to become a sister. But at first, they doubted my interest because for them, I'm not fitting for religious life. Because in Filipino term, I'm maarte. Yeah, but thanks be to God because I was able to survive. Now I'm live in the chapter for almost 12 years.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
All of our stories are just so very different, aren't they?
Yeah, very unique.
Now tell me, how did you know that you wanted to be a sister?
Actually,
The rest of the world thought you didn't.
Yeah. Actually, I was in 5th grade. There were sisters who visited our school and taught us catechism. And I guess that's how my interest evolved into my desire to become a nun or a sister. And I actually asked for a sign before I turned 30. So that's when I met our sisters in Taiwan. Before I turned 30, actually. So the Lord is very, what do you say about that? Very true with the sign that I asked.
That really helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What motivates you now? What keeps you inspired? Are there special quotes from the Gospels, for example, that you turn to?
Yeah, actually, it's about hope and healing, and it comes from Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. Come to me, all of you who are burdened, and I will give you rest. And that passage is fitting for my journey right now.
And why do you say that?
It inspires me because I was motivated because when I was diagnosed with cancer, I learned to appreciate even the little things because you never know what tomorrow could bring. So I realized that we really need to live life to the fullest.
That's exactly true.
Yeah.
Exactly true. Tell me a little bit about some of the ministries that you engaged in over time.
I was assigned in Villa Maria for a short time, and living with the Ayeta, it taught me how to appreciate the little things because their life there is simple. And actually, most of the time, they don't have enough food to eat, yet there's joy on their faces. And I really admire that.
Mm-hmm. You want to tell the people who the Ayetas are?
Ayeta is the katutubo who lives in the mountain, and one of the resources is farming. Yeah, they have a very simple life.
And it was a life that you learned a lot from.
Yeah. Most of the time they don't eat rice because they don't have means for that. They only eat kamote or sweet potato.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a beautiful area of the country. I was just so impressed when I was up in the mountains.
Yeah. They're very kind and simple.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that poverty was just amidst such beauty.
Yeah.
Just such a dichotomy. Do you have any words of wisdom that you could share with us based on your experiences? And they've been rich.
Yeah. Well, I realized that resilience is not about being unaffected. It is about being brave in the face of adversity. Like in my situation right now, cancer may take away my health, but it won't take away my faith.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. So cancers really gave me the opportunity to learn many things. Actually, I consider cancer as a blessing because I have many realizations and learning.
You know, I've heard other people say that have been affected by serious illness, and for somebody who's been relatively healthy, that's so hard to understand.
Yeah.
But for you to find blessings in the midst of what others might find as a desperate situation is just really wonderful.
Yeah, because right now, faith is the only thing that I have.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only connection with God, and that makes me stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Although for at times I feel depressed and anxiety, I think it's normal. But the good thing is that at the end of the day, it is my faith that keeps me going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What are your hopes for the future?
But of course, I would like to believe that the Spirit will lead me on a path to healing so that in time I can go back to the ministry and serve the people of God.
Mm-hmm. And if you could do anything in the world, what would it be?
In the world, that's too big. Well, it's always been my, what you call that? It's always been my passion or my desire to live with people like the Ayata. It's really my passion. So I hope when God give me the opportunity, I want to serve that kind of people or ministry.
So you want to go back to the mountains?
Yeah, maybe. Because I was assigned there for a short time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So if I have energy again,
And we pray that you do.
yeah.
end up in the mountains. What else were you other than with the IATAs?
In Manila, at school,
Uh-huh.
at the canteen. I was the canteen manager during that time while studying in college. So after school, I go straight to the canteen and look out for the things that needs for tomorrow, because tomorrow for the next day I will go back to school again, something like that. So
Mhm.
that's my routine.
What's your degree in? You said you had a college degree.
Yeah, I took up entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah,
And
entrepreneur. During pandemic, I graduated during pandemic, so I don't have the opportunity to use my degree.
but maybe one day you will.
Yeah, and then after pandemic, I was diagnosed with cancer. So, and until now, I'm still in chemo.
But you really are a very resilient individual. I really do admire
Thank
that
you.
about you.
Thank you.
And tell me, what brings joy to your heart?
I think the things that give joy to me before I was diagnosed with cancer are quite different now.
Ah,
I mean, I appreciate when people find time to spend with me, and that's give joy to my heart.
mm-hmm.
I mean, all of us have the same equal time, but not all people have the capacity to give or offer their time.
That's really beautiful. So you find joy in people.
Yeah,
Relationships are important to you.
yeah.
Who are some of the significant people when you look back at your life?
Well, of course, my mother.
Uh-huh.
She was the one who introduced me how to pray.
Ah,
Yeah, every 6 in the evening, my mother prayed the rosary in her room, and every Wednesday, she attended a mass and novena at Baclaran Church. Baclaran Church is one of the largest Marian churches here in the Philippines. So I guess her being pious, that's what introduced me
mm-hmm.
to prayer life
Uh-huh.
at a very young age.
Mm-hmm. Who are other people in your life along the way that were significant?
Well, when I entered the chapter, Sister Vicky and Marbet, and of course Sister Zenaida, I am inspired by her selfless dedication, and she gave me the opportunity to become part of the chapter despite my lack of college education.
Ah,
Yeah. And of course, Sister Vicky and Sister Meliza who guided me and directed me when I was in Taiwan.
mm-hmm. Is that where your formation began in Taiwan, or did they wait for you
Yeah.
to come here?
Yeah, I actually resigned from my work.
Ah,
And for 5 years, I was there, and then I resigned, and I go straight to the convent because I want to observe the life of the sister so that I can make a final decision. Yeah.
That's wonderful. All of our stories are just so very, very, very different.
Yeah.
Let's see, are there other things that you want to tell us? Were there things in your life that surprised you?
Well, you might be surprised to know that I found a new purpose and meaning in life, and I actually motivated to make the most of every day. You know, when you have cancer, everything's changed. Your perspective, your desire, your interest, something like that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And now, whenever I feel the depression or anxiety, I took the time, if my body can cooperate, to cook or bake, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And art too, such as painting and sgraffito.
Now that I did not know.
Yeah, sgraffito is like where you need to scratch the pattern using a sharp tool.
Oh, now after this, you're gonna have to show me some of your
Yeah.
work. I'll be very, very, very
Yeah, I have one.
interested. Is that what you do for a hobby, or do you have other hobbies?
Well, I'm not a good singer and dancer, but I love singing and dancing.
Now, what makes you say you're not good? You get a lot of joy from that.
Yeah, I enjoy singing and dancing, but unfortunately I cannot dance right now because I have pigtail.
Okay, what else do you want to share with the people?
Like what I said a while ago, life is really beautiful but short. So we really need to live the life to the fullest and enjoy the things that surrounds us, no matter how little it is. Because sometimes we tend to find many things that make us happy. But actually, in reality, the things that really matter to us is our family, our friends.
Mhm.
And most of the times, we take that for granted.
That's right. And when you're sick, you can't take anything for granted.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
a difficult lesson to learn, but so very important.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't think of any other question I want to ask you at this point in time. I just really have so enjoyed being with you. And I really wanted to see some of that artwork that you talked about.
Yeah.
I know your cooking
Yeah.
is outstanding. And so glad that when you can, you share that with us all.
Yeah.
You really are a gift to this community.
Thank you.
So I want to thank you.
Thank you, sister.
God bless you.
Thank you.